I've been thinking about this for a while, Martin. I need a little more power. I don't want to keep this engine. You already know I have plans on, you know, replacing it with an even better.
Swapping it out, yeah.
But I don't want to mod it. So what should I do, Martin? I don't know. I'm confused.
You don't want to spend money.
Very little.
Very little. I got you. Check this out. You ready for this?
What is that, bro? Tell me. Is this a Game Boy game, dog?
Yeah.
Well, give me back my fire red, fool.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to Static Garage. Today, as Martin has said, we are going to be installing something on the E30 that should give it a little more power, especially because this thing is pretty slow. It has a really old engine, and on top of that, it's probably like the worst engine model. It's one of those things that is very controversial, especially those chips that you can buy off, let's say like eBay, Amazon, all those really terrible chips that don't even work. It's not gonna be anything like that. It's actually from an actual tuner, Jim Conforti. If you guys don't know who he is, he's pretty much like a tuner god when it comes to BMWs, and he's been tuning BMWs for a while. This mod is only supposed to give it, I believe, around like 25 horsepower and 25 foot-pounds of torque. But that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do all the maintenance, like the timing belt, cap and rotor, the drive shaft bushings, all that good stuff, just so it can actually drive good and handle that extra power that we're going to be giving it. The engine that this came with is from an early model. It's called the ETA model, and it's lower revving. It doesn't have as much power as the 325i. It does feel like a slouch, especially high end. The torque is around 170 foot-pounds, so it does have a lot of torque for this little motor. But when it comes to horsepower, it has no power. Like, it's almost as slow as Eden's FRS.
What has more torque than my car? I'm sad.
It's from Turner Motorsports, and it was, guess how much it was?
150.
200 bucks. But let's think about it. 200 bucks for 25, they say, horsepower and 25 foot-pounds of torque. How much did you roughly gain with your tune? Like, you gain around like 40 or 50?
Oh, when they base tuned it, it was at 240 to the wheels.
So
after
it gained
276.
So you gained 36. 36 horsepower, and how much did you spend?
On the tune?
Yeah.
Tune and software.
Yeah, tune and software. How much did you tune?
A lot.
A lot. So like
700 bucks.
You think this is a good budget mod for the amount of power they claim?
If it claims 25, it's really good.
I didn't do anything.
Oh, I like to shift cars. I like to stick shift.
Just mad because I can't drive stick.
Damn. But I do want to do something a little fun before we install the chip. I actually want to let Chacha, Marian, and Eden drive it. Stephanie,
What about Stephanie?
Stephanie can't even see over the steering wheel.
She doesn't know how to stick shift.
Look at her. Look at her.
We'll give her a
She can't even see over the steering wheel.
You can't?
Now that the car is running really well, they are going to be driving it to see how it feels, and I'm not gonna let them bang too many gears or even bang any gears at all. I'll let them shift slowly, but I'll let them pull it out close to redline so they can feel the whole power band and see how it feels right now. It does have an exhaust leak, so it does vibrate a little bit and it smells pretty bad, but we're gonna be fixing that very soon. Why are you pushing it back?
Oh, you said push it.
You guys are pushing against each other. It feels better, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Like, it just feels like a normal car now. It doesn't have that lag. No balls.
Hey, well, for the year of the car, it drives nice, dude.
It does drive nice, huh?
Yeah.
It has like a little kick first gear,
Yeah.
but like that's it.
I'm already used to it, kinda. Oh, this doesn't
And
move,
just-
huh?
Nope.
How do I drive it? Dude, it's way too close. I'm not gonna be able to. It limits you at like 4,500 RPM. It likes to slow down.
Well, with the chip, it also increases the red line to 5,500.
I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I never really went all the way to red line.
Look at. You wanna see it again?
First, and then go to second.
Look at. It limits you like right here. It stops. Yeah, it slows down like a 4,500 RPM.
On my back. Feels different than last time. It shakes. Why does it shake?
Motor mounts. Straight now, and then.
Oh, is it redline 4,000?
Yeah, it's weird. 4,500. You're the only one who's actually done an actual first like pull, like between all the gears. Everyone just does first gear.
Well, it was like, it stayed at 4,000.
No, yeah, it slows down at 4,500. That's what we just noticed with Martin. Eden's the only one that actually did like first to third gear pull. He's like, why does it redline at 4,000? And I'm like, no, it just limits us. That's what we noticed.
About 45-ish.
Yeah.
It's weird.
So like before it even hits redline, it just kind of like stops. There are gonna be two little hangers that you want to remove on each side.
I got one off, but I can't reach it.
And then there's a couple Phillips that you're gonna want to remove because I believe the ECU is hiding behind there.
We'll just delete that fool.
So there's a 10 millimeter. Looks like it's just 4 that's holding it. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Screws are just right here in the front.
Hey, imagine that my ECU is the one that's not compatible with it.
Oh my God, Stephanie!
I love you, Maureen. You're so smart.
Connect your computer to it.
Oh,
It's HDMI port.
You know how I know?
Huh?
On the Veloster. We worked on something, it had nothing to do with the ECU, but we had to remove it.
All right, Maureen. Tell them the bad news.
It's the wrong one.
It's the wrong ECU.
So,
Dude, it was like, because I read about it, that's saying there's a possible chance, but they're replacement ECUs. So I don't know what was put in, but this, I guess the last 4 digits, or the last 2 digits are 21. I think it's on the bottom.
yeah.
Right here.
This one says
So
21.
and the other one has a green label and it's 27. That's the one where it's not soldered. So you're able to just literally plug and play it. And I was thinking, like when I saw this, I was trying to find some E30 part outs here locally, and the only person that had an ECU for the 325E already had sold it. Luckily, some guy about like an hour and a half away does have it, and he's selling it to me for 60 bucks. So we're just waiting to see so he can confirm and we can start heading over there. The guy that I contacted does have the ECU. As you can see, it ends in 27, which is what we need because the one we have ends in 21. Until we can bring it back, put that chip in, which is going to be so much easier than what we just seen, because you can't technically put it in a 21 ECU if it's not soldered, and ours is, and I'm not going to even take the risk of soldering the ECU. It's going to be way too hard, and I don't even want to risk it, especially because the 27 is supposedly a lot better. So I'm just going to be doing a full-on replacement. 60 bucks, not bad at all. If it was anything over $100, I honestly would have just scrapped the idea. I don't want to be spending a lot of money on this engine setup just because, like I mentioned before, we are going to be swapping it with a better engine, and it's gonna be pretty exciting when you guys find out what it is. Woo!
Doesn't fit full here.
Oh my god, bro, relax. Can you even close?
Yeah.
Barely. The drive, probably like an hour and a half.
I slept like halfway.
Yeah,
But,
but
drinks.
hey, we have too much drinks over here.
I know, give me those 2.
Alright, we just came to pick up this ECU, which is the one we need. Thank God he had it. And while we were at it, we might as well have came for the rear deck because we're missing it. But as you can see, it gets really dirty, and that's exactly how my old one was. I am gonna be wrapping it in some suede that I have, and the only thing about the suede that I have is it's really cheap, so it's gonna fade quick, but it's gonna be something temporary that I could just slap on. And I'm just really happy that I got everything complete for the interior and another thing that's done. This dude was really dope because he has a bunch of E30s and a bunch of parts that you can buy off of him. He even has some E36 parts, especially with the M3 engine. So maybe, nah, I don't think I'm gonna do it.
Oh.
We're back, Martin.
Finally.
It's been so long. This is the differences between the original ECU, the 021, as you can see, versus the 27. This ECU came in the 84s. This one came in the 85s, and it was updated with a removable chip. So that's pretty much, from what I know, the only difference is. And if you do have a 325E, just check the ECU before you buy the tune. It's not that hard. Don't make the same mistake I did and end up spending $100 extra. Now we're gonna take this apart really quick. You found it? Okay. So right off the bat, you can see the differences. You can see this has an H clip, so that's gonna be it. When in this one, you can see that it was this one right here.
Yeah.
So we had the right one, but this is the one that's gonna be removable. The H clip, you just have to pry off on each side. It just comes off.
clip in on both sides.
Fuck!
Be very careful with this thing. There it is. It's out. That's the old one, and this is the new one that's going to be put in. So you have to make sure that you know in what direction you're putting it in. There's already a little divot, so you can see how it's going to go in. So it's going to go in this way. It's in, and it's finally chipped.
Let's say if I got Tuner. That's what it is from Tuner, right?
Turner Motorsport. Turner. It got Turner Motorsports tuned, buddy.
I got Tuner faster than your car, Martin.
Damn.
For half the horsepower.
Time to put on the sticker.
Just gain an extra 5 horsepower.
You get an extra 5 horsepower to put on the sticker too. The ECU is put back together, so now we just gotta drive it. It is pretty dark, but just because it's dark doesn't mean that we can't feel the difference. So I mean, the idle sounds better, sounds smoother. Fuck!
Okay, there was a difference. Alright, ready?
Jesus, bro, that's a big
That's a
difference.
huge difference. Oh shit.
The car had no pause before. Look how fucking goes, bro.
Oh shit. Okay, that was a huge difference.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Floor.
Yeah, you can feel a difference right away, dude.
Yeah?
It's like in the beginning, there's no lag how there used to be.
I just came back from driving it. I couldn't get any video just because it's really dark in there. I do need to install some LEDs or something just to brighten it up. But the only issue that I've been running into is that it's limiting me like at 3,500 when I floor it. When I give it all the gas I can, it'll start just chugging. And I don't know if it might be a clogged cat. That's pretty much my only guess that it could be, because it's really weird. It's kind of like if there's a rev limiter there, and I doubt these cars have any limp modes on them just because they're so old, and the chip is supposed to fix that. But other than that, immediately right when I took off, I took off with Stephanie, she felt and I felt like a huge difference. It literally felt like a normal car. It wasn't that I was flooring it. It wasn't that I was trying to even go fast. It was the fact that it was just there. The motor mounts used to vibrate the car a lot, and for some reason, I don't know if the engine's just running smoother, but there's hardly any vibrations anymore. So obviously there's a big difference, and that's really good because all I wanted it to do was give me a little more power, so when I'm driving it, it's not a slowpoke like the Miata.
Why are you bringing the Miata into
So mad. I'm sorry. Relax.
this? Miata didn't do anything, okay?
Martin and Cha-Cha did have to go because it is really late, and we weren't planning on going all the way to LA to pick up a freaking ECU out of all things. I know it's pretty fucking random, but I didn't want to end today with a failure of a vlog and have to wait, because we already have days planned to bring some dope content for you guys very soon. So that's why we're like, fuck it, full send, let's go get it, bring it back, and see if it actually made a difference. And yeah, sadly it did get dark pretty quick, but we got it, and we got it to work. And the next thing that's gonna be on the E30 is gonna be fucking sick. I know one of you guys asked me to make a video about what tools we use and what our tool setup is, and to be honest with you, I did end up buying a toolbox, which was around $1,000, and it's not a Snap-on or Matco. It's none of those big ones, but it's really nice, and it's actually coming in tomorrow. So if you guys want me to do not a full video, but just include a whole setup of how I'm going to be doing it, make sure to start asking us some questions you have down below on our videos, or even DM me if you want a question to be answered, because we are going to be doing a Q&A very soon. Most likely, probably 30,000 subscribers, we might do one. But
On that note, hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, subscribe, share, and we'll see you in the next one.
Also, before we end the video, Eden was unfortunately not here to test out the E30, but it still probably capped the FRS.